Hello everyone, welcome back to the class. This is Chandrika and today is our last day of the series, that is day 40. We are going to discuss the model paper number 3 today. So this is the first question for today. 91 question. Which of the following cell organelle is present in the highest number in secretory cell? A. Mitochondria, B. Golgi complex, C. Endoplasmic reticulum, and then D. Lysosomes. And the answer here it is B. Golgi complex. Next question. Non-membranous nucleoplasmic structure in nucleus are a site for the active synthesis of A. Protein, B. mRNA, C. rRNA, D. tRNA, and the right option is option C. rRNA. 93 question. Which of the following nucleic acid is present in an organism having 70S ribosomes only? Single-stranded DNA with the protein coach, double-stranded circular naked DNA, double-stranded DNA enclosed in nuclear membrane, double-stranded circular DNA with histone proteins. Here the right option is option B, double-stranded circular naked DNA. Next, 94th question. After meiosis 1, the resultant daughter cells have same amount of DNA as in the parent cell in the S phase. B. Twice the amount of DNA in compared to the haploid gamete. Same amount of the DNA in the compared to the haploid gamete. And then D. 4 times the amount of the DNA in comparison to the haploid gametes. So here the right option is option B. Twice the amount of DNA in comparison to the haploid gametes. Next, 95. Which of the following organic compound is the main constituent of lecithin? Here, arachidoic acid, phospholipid, cholesterol, and phosphoprotein. The right option is option B, phospholipid. Lecithin is actually a general term used to describe the group of the fatty substances, specifically phospholipids. Next, 96th one. The main difference between active and then passive transport across the cell membrane is passive transport is non-selective, whereas active transport is selective. Passive transport requires an concentration gradient across the biological membrane, whereas active transport requires energy to move solutes. Yes, this one is right. So the right option is option B itself. Next, 97th question. Match the following column 1 with column 2. Renin for milk protein, whereas enterokinase is for trypsinogen. Oxyntic cell is vitamin B12, and fructose is facilitated transport. So here the right option is 1 is 3, that is milk production. Next, milk protein. Enterokinase is for trypsin, I said, right? 1 is 3, 2 is 4. 1 is 3 and then 2 is 4, 3 is 1 and then 4 is 2. So the right option is option D. Next, 98th one. Kwashiorkor disease is due to simultaneous deficiency of the protein and then fat, simultaneous deficiency of the protein and calories, deficiency of carbohydrates, protein deficiency not accompanied by calories deficiency. So here the right option is option D. Next question, that is 99th one. Select the correct sequence of events. A. Gametogenesis, gamete transfer, syngamy, zygote, cell division, cell differentiation, and organization. This one itself is right. 100th question. Which of the following hormone is responsible for both milk ejection reflex and fetal ejection reflex? Estrogen, prolactin, oxytocin and relaxin. So here the right option is option C, oxytocin. Next question, 101. No new follicles develop in the luteal phase of the menstrual cycle because follicles do not remain in the ovary after ovulation. FSH level are high in the luteal phase. LH level are high in the luteal phase. Both FSH and LH level are low in the luteal phase. So here the right option is option D. Next question, that is 102. In Australia, marsupials and placental mammals have evolved to share many similar characteristics. This type of evolution may be referred to as adaptive radiation, divergent evolution, cyclical evolution, convergent evolution. So this is the convergent evolution. Next, 103. Match the following question. Here mark column 1 with column 2. XXX0 method of sex determination, it is for grasshopper, that is 1 is 3. So 1 is 3 only in one option, that is C. So the right option will be C itself. Next question, question number 104. Here, what will be the sequence of mRNA produced by the following stretch of DNA? This template is given, template strand and then coding strand is given. mRNA which is going to produced will be complement to the this one, that is a template strand. So A is there means U must be, so this one is wrong and this one is wrong. 3 dash means 5 dash is right, so A U T A, G for C, G U A C, so B is itself is right. 105. Select the incorrect statement regarding inbreeding. Regarding inbreeding, A. Inbreeding helps in the elimination of deleterious alleles from the population. And then next, B. Inbreeding is necessary to the evolve a pure line in any animals. And then C. Continued inbreeding reduces fertility and leads to inbreeding depression, whereas D1, inbreeding depression cannot be overcome by outcrossing. So here the right option is option A. Next, 106. A biocontrol agent to be a part of an integrated pest management should be species specific and symbiotic, free living and broad spectrum, narrow spectrum and symbiotic, species specific and inactive on non-target organism. Here the right option is option D. Next, 107. Match the following type of question. Restriction endonuclease which cuts the DNA at specific position. So 1 is 3. Restriction endonuclease which removes nucleotides from the ends of the DNA. 2 is 4. 1 is 3 and then 2 is 4. So the right option is option B. Next, 108. The two antibiotic resistant genes on vector PBR322 are for ampicillin and tetracycline, ampicillin and chloramphenicol and tetracycline and karamycin. So the right option is option A, ampicillin and tetracycline. Next, 109. Exploitation of bioreserves of a nation by multinational companies without authorization from the concerned company or country refers to as biopiracy. That is B is right here. Next question, 110. Carnivorous animals, that is lions, leopards, occupy the same niche, but the lions predate mostly large animals and leopard take small ones. This mechanism of competition is refers to character displacement, altruism, resource partitioning, and competition exclusion. So this is the resource partitioning, where occurs when a species that compete for similar resources evolve to use them in a different ways, okay, at different times or else at in a different areas to avoid direction of competition. Triple one, decline in the population of Indian native fishes due to the introduction of Clarias garipinus in river Yamuna can be characterized as coexistence, habitat fragmentation, overexploitation, alien species invasion. This is called as alien species invasion. Next question 112. Polymerase 1 matches with Pol 1 matches with rRNA, that is 1 is 2, and Pol 2 is matching with hnRNA, 2 is 3, and then 1 is 2, 2 is 3. So the right option is option C. Next 113. In a marriage between male with blood group A and female with blood group B, the progeny had either blood group AB or B. What could be the possible genotype of the parent? So here possible genotype of the parent is capital I small I male, IB female. So this one is the right option. 114. A population of species invades a new area. Which of the following condition will lead to adaptive radiation? A. Area with large number of habitats having very low food supply. B. Area with a single type of vacant habitat. C. Area with many types of vacant habitat. D. Area with many habitats occupied by a large number of the species. So here the right option is option C. Next 115. Select the correct statement with respect to the locomotion in the humans. A decreased level of progesterone causes osteoporosis in old people. B. Accumulation of uric acid crystals in joints causes their inflammation. The vertebral column has 10 thoracic vertebrae. The joint between the adjacent vertebrae is a fibrous joint. So here the correct statement is statement B. 116. Humans have acquired immune system that produced antibodies to neutralize the pathogens. Still, innate immune system is present at the time of the birth because it is very specific and use different macrophages, produce memory cells for mounting fast secondary response, has naturally killed cells which can phagocytosis and destroy microbes, provides passive immunity. Here the right option is option C. 117. Which of the following statement is not correct? An action potential in an axon does not move backward because the segment behind is in a refractory phase. This one is correct. Next B. Depolarization of hair cells of the cochlea results in the opening of the mechanically gated potassium ion channels. This one is also correct. C. Rods are very sensitive and contribute to daylight vision. Rods are responsible for scotopic vision, that is night vision, because they are highly sensitive to the low light. And whereas cones are responsible for the phototropic region. Here they are given wrong. So C is the incorrect one. 118. Gliding joint which is matching with it is between the carpals. So First one is 3. First one is 3 means only one option is there, that is the A1. Let us cross check. Hinge joint, it is between the humerus and ulna. Pivot joint, it is between the atlas and axis. Saddle joint, it is between the carpal and then metacarpal of the thumb. 119. Which of the following disease is an autoimmune disorder? Myasthenia gravis, arthritis, osteoporosis, gout. So here the right option is option A itself. Next question, that is 120. Artificial light, extended work time and reduced sleep time disturbs the activity of thymus gland, pineal gland, adrenal gland, posterior pituitary gland. So here the right option is pineal gland. Next question, that is 121. Which of the following conditions will stimulate parathyroid gland to release parathyroid hormone? A. Fall in active vitamin D level, fall in blood calcium level, fall in bone calcium level, rise in blood calcium level. So here the right option is option B. Next question, that is 122. Which of the following is correct statement? IUDs once inserted need to be replaced. IUDs are generally inserted by the user herself. No. IUDs increase phagocytosis of the sperm in the uterus. This one is right. IUDs suppress the gametogenesis. So the C answer is right. Next question, 123. Which of the following sexual transmitted disease do not specifically affect the reproductive organs? A. Genital warts and then hepatitis B, syphilis and genital herpes, AIDS and then hepatitis B, chlamydiasis and then AIDS. Here the right option is option C, AIDS and then hepatitis B. Next 124, column 1 with column 2. Ophura is echinodermata. It is for echinodermata. 1 is 3. Physalia is for Coelenterata. 2 is 4. And then Pinctada is for mollusca. Planaria is for Platyhelminthes. 4 is 2. So here 3, 4, 1, 2. The right option 3, 4, 1, 2 is B. B is right. 125. Which of the following animals are true coelomates with bilateral symmetry? Adult echinodermates, aschelminthes, platyhelminthes and annelids. Here the right option is annelids, D. 126. The contrasting characteristic generally in a pair used for identification of the animals in taxonomic key are referred to as lead, couplet, doublet, alternate. So it is called as what? Couplets. Here it will be having a pair of contrasting characteristic. That means if I say example, has wings versus doesn't have wings is usually identify the organism's identity. Next one is 127. Match the following type of question. Tight junction. Tight junction, which is establish a barrier to the prevent leakage of the fluid across the epithelial cell. So 1 is 3. 1 is 3 means C option will be right because it is having only 1. Second one will cross check. Adhering junction, cement neighboring the cells together to form a sheet. So the C itself is right. 128. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Incorrect, he is asking. Cockroach exhibit mosaic vision with less sensitivity and more resolution. This is incorrect because the cockroach mosaic vision actually has the more sensitivity but not less resolution. More sensitivity, less resolution. So first option itself is incorrect statement. 129. Select the correct statement. Expiration occurs due to the external intercostal muscles. B. Intrapulmonary pressure is lower than the atmospheric pressure during the inspiration. This one is wrong. Yes, this one is correct. Inspiration occurs when the atmospheric pressure is less than the intrapulmonary pressure. Expiration is initiated due to the contraction of the diaphragm. So here the correct option is B1. 130. The maximum volume of air a person can breathe in after a forced expiration is known as expiratory capacity, vital capacity, inspiratory capacity, total lung capacity. It is called as vital capacity. 131. All the components of the nodal tissue are auto-excitable. Why does the SA node act as a normal pacemaker? So here SA node has the lowest rate of depolarization. SA node is the only component to generate the threshold potential. Only SA node can convey the action potential to the other component. SA node has the highest rate of depolarization. So here the right option is option D. 132. A specialized nodal tissue embedded in a lower corner of the right atrium close to atrioventricular septum delay the spreading of the impulse to heart approx about 0.1 sec. The delay allows blood to enter aorta, the ventricle to empty completely, blood to enter pulmonary artery, the atria to empty completely. Here the right option is option D, the atria to empty completely. Next 133. Match the following type of question, column 1 with column 2. Descending limb of the Helen's loop. Descending limb of the Helen's loop is reabsorption of the water only. So 1 is 2. The right option is B. Again one more match the following type question, 134. Podocytes is for filtration slits. Podocytes is filtration slits. 1 is 4. Protonephridia, it is for amphioxus. 2 is 3. So 1 is 4, 2 is 3. C is right option. Here the right option is 1 second. 2 is amphioxus. 2 is 3. Nephridia, that is annelida. 3 is 2. Renal calcius, yes, the right option is C. Next question, 135. Which of the following receptors are specifically responsible for the maintenance of the balance of the body and posture? So here the right option is A. Basilar membrane and otoliths, hair cells and organ of the corti, tectorial membrane and macula, crista ampullaris and macula. So the right option is option D. Next 136. Which of the following is against the rules of ICBN? Handwritten scientific names should be underlined. Yes. Every species should have a generic name and then specific epithet. Yes. Every species. Scientific names are in a Latin and should be italicized. Yes. Generic and specific names should be written started with the small letters. No. Generic should be with capital letters and then species must be with small letters. So the right option is D. Here 136 D. Next 137. Mad cow disease in cattle is caused by an organism which has inert crystalline structure, abnormally folded protein, free RNA without protein coat and then free DNA without protein coat. So it is abnormally folded protein, that is prion, BSE, bovine spongiform encephalopathy, which is responsible for this disease. Which disease? Mad cow disease. Next, which of the following statement is correct? Lichens do not grow in polluted area. This one is right. Algae component of lichen are called mycobionts. It is called phycobiont, not the mycobiont. Mycobiont is called for fungus, fungal component. Fungal component of lichen is called phycobiont. They are given opposite. Lichens are not good pollution indicator. Lichens are good pollution indicator. So the first one itself is right. Lichens do not grow in polluted area. Next, match the following question. 139th one, column 1 with column 2. Halophils. Halophils is for salty area. The bacteria which grows in salty areas. Organisms grow in salty area. 1 is 4. So the right option will be thermoacidophils, hot springs. A itself is right. Next question. Question number 140. In dicot root, the vascular cambium originates from tissue located below the phloem bundle and then portion of the pericycle tissue above the protoxylem. This one is right. Cortical region? No. Parenchyma between the endodermis and pericycle, interfascicular and intrafascicular tissue in a ring. So here the right option is option A. Next, 141. Which of the following shows whorled phyllotaxy? Whorled phyllotaxy. Mustard, China rose, Alstonia, Calotropis. So whorled phyllotaxy you can see in Alstonia. 142. Regeneration of damaged growing grass following grazing is largely due to lateral meristem, apical, intercalary, secondary meristem. It is the intercalary meristem. 143. Bicarpellary ovary with obliquely placed septum is seen in Brassica, Aloe, Solanum and Sesbania. So it is seen in Solanum. 144. Which is the most common type of embryo sac in angiosperm? Tetrasporic with one mitotic stage of division, monosporic with 3 sequential mitotic division, monosporic with 2 special mitotic division, bisporic with 2 sequential mitotic division. So the right option is B. Monosporic with 3 sequential mitotic division. 145. From the following, identify the correct combination of salient features of the genetic code. Universal, non-ambiguous, overlapping. Generate, overlapping and commaless. Universal, ambiguous, degenerate, non-overlapping or non-ambiguous. So here the right option is option D. Degenerate, non-overlapping and non-ambiguous. Most amino acids are specified by more than one codon. There are 64 codons for only for 20 amino acids. So it is degenerate. Why non-overlapping? Because the codes is read in successive group of the 3 nucleotides. A single base is never part of a 2 adjacent codons. And why it is non-ambiguous? Because one specific codon always codes for a same amino acid. Next, 146. Which scientist experimentally proved that DNA is the sole genetic material in the bacteriophage? Bedell and Tatum, Michelson and Starr, Hershey and Chase, Jacob and Monod. Hershey and Chase. Next, 147. The process of transcription in eukaryotes, the RNA pol 1 transcribes mRNA with additional processing, capping and tailing, tRNA, 5S rRNA and snRNA. C. rRNAs, that is 28S, 18S and then 5.8S. So this is the right one. C is right. 148. In which genetic condition each cell in the affected person has 3 sex chromosomes XXY? A. Thalassemia. No. B. Klinefelter syndrome. Yes, it is occurs in the male is born with the extra copy of the X chromosome. Phenylketonuria and Turner syndrome. So here the right option is option B. Next, 149. What initiation and termination factors are involved in transcription in eukaryotes? Initiation factor is sigma and then terminator factor is rho. Sigma and then rho factor. So the right option here it is A itself. A is right option. Sigma and then rho factor. 150. Which of the following statement is correct about the origin and evolution of the man? A. Agriculture came around 50,000 years back. It is incorrect because agriculture begins in approximately 10,000 years back. Raptorus and Ramapithecus primates exhibit 15 million years ago walked like men. It is incorrect because it's 50. They like Ramapithecus do not walk fully like modern men. That's what it is wrong. C. Homo habilis probably ate meat. This is incorrect. Probably did not eat meat. So D. Neanderthal man lived in Asia between the 1 lakh and then 40,000 years back. Yes, this is correct. 151. The production of gametes by the parents, the formation of zygote, the F1 and F2 plants can be understood using pie diagram, a pyramid diagram, Punnett square, Venn diagram. This is Punnett square. Match the following type question. Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus, which is for formation of glycoprotein and glycolipids. 1 is 3. And then lysosome, it is digesting biomolecules. 2 is 4. 1 is 3 and then 2 is 4. Vacuole for trap the waste and excretory products. 3 is 2. So the right option is option A. 153. Prosthetic group differ from coenzymes in that they require metal ions for their activity. They are tightly bound to the apoenzymes. Their association with apoenzyme is transient. They can serve as cofactor in a number of the enzymes catalyzed reactions. So here the right option is option B. 154. Crossing over takes place between which chromatid and in which stage of the cells? Non-sister chromatid of the non-homologous chromosome at zygote stage of the prophase 1. No, it is not zygote, it's a pachitin. Non-sister chromatid of homologous chromosome at a pachitin stage of the prophase 1. Yes, this one is right. 155. Ramachandran plot is used to confirm the structure of RNA, protein, triacetylglycerides and then DNA. It is for the proteins. Ramachandran plot. 156. Which of the following is not feature of active transport of solutes in plants? Occur against the concentration gradient, not selective. Occur through the membranes, requires ATP. So the right option is B, non-selective. 157. Which of the following bacteria reduce nitrate in soil into nitrogen? Nitrobacter, Nitrococcus, Thiobacillus, Nitrosomonas. So here the right option is C, Thiobacillus. 158. What will be the direction of flow of the water when the plant cell is placed in hypotonic solution? Water will flow in both direction? No. Water will flow out of the cell? No. Water will flow into the cell? Yes, C is right. Next, 159. Where is the respiratory electron transport system, that is ETS located in plants. Mitochondrial matrix, outer mitochondrial membrane, no. Inner mitochondrial membrane, yes. Right, C is right. 160. In Hatch and Slack pathway, the primary CO2 acceptor is oxaloacetic acid, phosphoglyceric acid, phosphoenol pyruvate, rubisco. So here the right option is option C, phosphoenol pyruvate, PEP. Next, 161. Removal of shoot tip is very useful technique to boost the production of tea leaves. This is because gibberellins prevent bolting and are inactivated. B. Auxins prevent leaf drop at early stage. Effect of auxin is removed and growth of lateral bud is enhanced. So C is right here. 162. Once a scientist cultured cladophora in a suspension of azotobacter and illuminated the culture by splitting light through the prism, he observed that bacteria accumulated mainly in the region of violet and green, indigo and green, orange and blue and red. So the right option is blue and red. 163. In order to increase the yield of sugarcane crop, which of the following plant growth hormone growth regulator should be sprayed? Ethylene, auxin, gibberellin and cytokinin. It is gibberellin. 164. What type of pollination takes place in Vallisneria? Pollination occurs in submerged condition by water. Flowers emerged above the surface of the water and pollination occurs by the insects. Flowers emerged above the water surface and pollen is carried by the window. Male flowers are carried by water current to the female flower at the surface of the water. So D is right. 165. In which of the following both autogamy and geitonogamy are prevented? Wheat, papaya, castor and then maize. This is maize is right. Papaya is right. Match the following. Column 1 with column 2. Placentation type is given. Basal placentation we can see in sunflower, that is 1 is 4. 1 is 4 means the C will be right. Axial placentation in China rose. Parietal placentation in mustard and free central in dianthus. So the right option is option C. Next, 167. A selectable marker is used to help in eliminating non-transformants so that the transformants can be regenerated. Yes, this one is right. 168. Western Ghats have a large number of plants and animal species what are not found anywhere else. Which of the following terms will use to identify such species? Endemic, vulnerable, threatened, keystone. So the right option is endemic. 169. Which of the following statement about the ozone is correct? Tropospheric zone protects us from UV radiation. Stratospheric zone is bad. Tropospheric zone is good. Stratospheric zone protects us from the UV radiation. This one is right. D is right. 170. Exploration of molecular, genetic and species level diversity for novel products of economic importance is known as biopiracy, bioenergetics, bioremediation and bioprospecting. Here the right option is bioprospecting. Next, 171. Which of the following is an innovation remedy for the plastic waste? Burning in an absence of oxygen, burning 500 m deep below the soil surface, polyblend, electrostatic precipitation. The right option is polyblend. 172. Between which among the following the relationship is not an example of commensalism? Orchid and the tree on which it grows. Cattle, egged and grazing cattle. Sea anemone and clawfish. Female wasp and then fig species. So the right option is D. not an example is asking, that is D. Whereas female wasp and fig species is mutualism. They are example for the mutualism. So next one, 173. If an agricultural field is liberally irrigated for a prolonged period of time, it is likely to face problems of metal toxicity, alkalinity, acidity and salinity. It will be salinity. 174. Which of the following statement about the methanogens is not correct? They can be used to produce biogas, right? They are found in the rumen of cattle and their excreta, right? They grow aerobically and break down cellulose rich food. No, they are obligate anaerobes. They are not aerobic. So the right option is C. 175. In mung bean, resistance to yellow mosaic virus and powdery mildew were brought about by mutation breeding, biofortification, tissue culture, hybridization and selection. So here the mutation breeding is right. Coca. 176. Coca alkaloid or cocaine is obtained from Papaver somnifer, Atropa belladonna, Erythroxylum coca and Datura. So here the right option is Erythroxylum coca. 177. Among the following pairs of microbes, which pair has both the microbes that can be used as biofertilizers? Aspergillus and Rhizopus, Rhizobium and Rhizopus, Cyanobacteria and Rhizobium, Aspergillus and Cyanobacteria. Here the right option is option C, Cyanobacteria and Rhizobium. Next, 178. Given below are the four statements pertaining to separation of the DNA fragments using gel electrophoresis. Identify the incorrect statement. He is asking incorrect. DNA is negatively charged molecule, so it is loaded on a gel towards the anode terminal. No, this is wrong, because while DNA is negatively charged, it is loaded near the cathode, not at the anode. Second one, DNA fragments travel along the surface of the gel whose concentration doesn't affect movement of the DNA. This one is incorrect, because DNA fragments travel through the gel matrix and concentration of the gel. Third one, small the size of the DNA fragment, larger is the distance it travels through it. Smaller the size, larger it is going to travel. Yes, this one is right. Next, pure DNA can be visualized directly by the exposing UV radiation. So this is wrong, because it is not visible directly to the naked eyes. So we must first stain by the ethidium bromide. So here 3 are wrong, 1, 2 and then 4. D is right, 1, 2 and then 4. 179. An enzyme catalyzing the removal of nucleotides from end of the DNA is DNA ligase, endonuclease, exonuclease, protease. End of the removal of nucleotide from the ends of the DNA, isn't it? Ends of the DNA is for exonuclease, that is C. Endonuclease is within the DNA. 180. In RNAi, the gene are silenced using double stranded RNA, yes, ssDNA, ssRNA, dsDNA. The right option is option A itself. So this is the last question for the today's session, and this is the last question for the marathon race of the 40 days. So we completed 40 days discussion of all the chapters line by line NCERT, which are syllabusized in the NEET recent syllabus. Okay na? So if you master these all chapters, whatever we have discussed, you will definitely, your target will be achieved. So thank you everyone for the support, and I hope whatever the efforts I made to make these many videos, it shall help you for your future. Thank you one and all.